Hello, Awesome 10X family. This is Nikki Yu, also known as Faceless Trader, and you're watching the June 8, 2021 Awesome 10X Global Market Update. I'm pretty sure you're all happy. Why don't we just really rejoice about this really great thing that, number one, our Jeff Bezos has finally said that he wants to fly to space. So yay, to the moon. In about 24 hours ago, you've got a lot of space stocks going up. SPCE, ASTS, Holy City, VACQ. Tesla didn't rise actually with this news, but basically the news is that Jeff Bezos is going to space on July 20, 2021 for 11 minutes along with his brother. And why don't we watch it straight from his mouth? Let's go straight to Jeff Bezos' account. He shared it in his Instagram. And Blue Origin, of course, is one of his lifelong dreams. Let me show you the exact post that he shared. Wait up. Here in the Space Dreams, space flight, he said that this was his dream ever since. Wants to fly to the moon and Mars and all that. Let us watch the exact piece that he shared. He shared it in Instagram. I shared it to most people. Anyway, I'll just search it here. Instagram, Jeff Bezos. Okay, here. On July 20, I've always dreamt of traveling to space. Okay, watch this.
We've been perfecting our ability to launch, land, and repeat. Inventing and innovating so that we can explore the great beyond and protect our home. Our next launch will be the first time astronauts will fly aboard New Shepard.
When able, request.
Planning start. New Shepard is clear to tower.
We're auctioning off the first seat to benefit our foundation, but for the future. So that future generations can do something extraordinary up there. Bid for the first seat on New Shepard.
You see the Earth from space, it changes your relationship with this planet, with humanity. It's one Earth. I want to go on this flight because it's a thing I've wanted to do all my life. It's an adventure. It's a big deal for me. I invited my brother to come on this first flight because we're closest friends. I really want you to come with me. Would you? Are you serious? I am. I think it would be meaningful. Have my brother there. I wasn't even expecting him to say that he was going to be on the first flight. And then when he asked me to go along, I was just awestruck. You serious? If you're willing, if you want to. Yeah. What a remarkable opportunity, not only to have this adventure, but to be able to do it with my best friend.
Isn't that great? Like, actually, so many people didn't know that you've got actually Jeff Bezos, aka Lex Luthor, have such a wonderful relationship with his family, especially his brother, Mark Bezos. Just like how Elon Musk, who is so-called the world's Iron Man, also has a very great relationship with Kimball Musk. So let me just share to you these awesome movements last night. So ASTS, let's take a look at the charts, kaboom. So we've been seeing that AST Space Mobile seems to have been bottoming out here at very clearly here at $7, had a nice jump here at $8, and tomorrow looks like it's still a flag on the upside. Looks like this can go as high as 14. Take a look at ASTS. Let me give you another shot. Of course, people are looking at Virgin Galactic Space. Take note that since May 22, this has been rallying actually from the bottom of the market about May 11, May 12. That was about $15 here. Well, it was about $14 here. And right now it is trading at $34. Virgin Galactic Holdings has already done 3 successful space flights. The crew were actually humans. And I'm going to share to you that exact space Virgin Galactic news. So Actually, ever since Virgin Galactic has been completing these human space flights, the stock has been rising. Let me just read this to you. On May 22, 2021, Virgin Galactic completes the first human space flight from Spaceport America, New Mexico, welcomes astronauts and payloads home after the third space flight. Virgin Galactic today completed its third space flight and the first ever space flight from Spaceport America, New Mexico. Today's flight sees New Mexico become the third U.S. state to launch humans into space. VSS Unity, Virgin Galactic Unity, achieved a speed of Mach 3 after being released from the mothership VMS Eve and reached space at an altitude of 55.45 miles after gliding smoothly to a runway landing at Spaceport America. So Virgin Galactic fulfilled a number of test objectives during the flight, including carrying revenue-generating scientific research experiments as part of NASA's Flight Opportunities Program, collecting data to be used for the final two verification reports that are required as part of the current FAA Commercial Reusable Spacecraft Operator's License, testing the spaceship's upgraded horizontal stabilizers and flight controls, and validated EMI reductions. Following the flight and in line with normal procedures, Virgin Galactic will conduct a review of all test data gathered and thoroughly inspect the spaceship and mothership. Actually, guys, let's read further. Okay, 15 years ago, New Mexico embarked on a journey to create the world's first commercial spaceport, said Sir Richard Branson. Today, we launched the first human spaceflight from that very same place, marking an important milestone for both Virgin Galactic and New Mexico. I'm very proud of the team for their hard work, grateful for the people of New Mexico who have been unwavering in their commitment of a commercial spaceflight from day one. Their belief and support have made today's historic achievement possible. So Governor Lujan Grisham said, after so many years and so much hard work, New Mexico has finally reached the stars. Our state's scientific legacy has been honored by this important achievement, one that took guts and faith and an unwavering belief in what New Mexico can achieve and indeed is destined to achieve. I can't wait to see what comes next. We are on the cutting edge, the forefront of innovation, and I plan to do everything in my power to keep us there, take full advantage of our robust economic and scientific potential. On behalf of proud New Mexicans everywhere, I'm incredibly grateful to so many dedicated and visionary collaborators in this effort. Actually, there are so many great people to actually check out. Take a look at this live stream from NASA Spaceflight. Do subscribe to NASA Spaceflight. These are live discussions with Astra founder and CEO Chris Kemp. They actually discussed about their launches. And let me read to you also the chart of Astra, aka Holy City. So this is also a great buying opportunity. This went up during the SPAC. There was an announced merger with Holy City and Astra. And from about $10 to $22, it came back down to $10. We do think that this 10 is going to go back to 12 very soon. And not just the SPAC stock, but also the warrants. Take a look at the Holy City warrants as well. So you've got a lot of buying momentum here. Holy City warrants last night goes from 1.7 to as high as 2.5. It's closing at 2.2. Looks like this is a solid bullish signal for those who want a holy move to the moon and Mars. Go into Holy City. HOL, aka Astra. They're going to change your ticker symbols. I've been seeing a lot of momentum on the upside. Let me show to you why I believe this is the perfect time to add space, SPACs, warrants, and biotech names on your portfolio. Indeed, this is June 8, 2021. Let me give you a preview. Of course, Jeff Bezos, the official Lex Luthor, goes to space, triggering a strong momentum on your space mobile dreams. ASTX, $8 buy. VACQ, aka Rocket Labs, is gonna have another launch, and this one is a smaller rocket that is actually gonna fly as well to space. And this is actually Peter Beck. We also believe in Peter Beck. $10 VACQ, also a great buying opportunity. And if you want to go through the warrants, it's also a buying opportunity, $2.30. You could see straight from this chart, strong bullish candles. Holy City, yes. Holy City at $10.50 is a buy. Holy City warrants, $2.20 is a buy. And talking about warrants, for those who aren't aware, XPOA or DPCM Capital already announced they're going to be Jam City, which is a mobile gaming company. You're seeing actually strong volumes here ever since that announcement. And I do believe that with the markets roughly V-shaped on a lot of your SPACs, and even the news about games, right? Especially the SPACs that have a definitive merger in place, XPOA, which is going to be Jam City, which has revenues of more than $1 billion, is expected to actually grow from 1.2 back to about 2.4. So if you want to like high upside and very low downside, XPOA warrants looks to be a buying opportunity here. This strong move on the volume tells me that there's a lot of accumulation going on with XPOA warrants. Also want to share that ACIC warrants, this is Archer Aviation. I do think that a lot of people are now getting more gung-ho with air flying taxis. You've seen how Joby Aviation is listing through RTP. You've seen how Lilium, aka Lilium, is going to list through KEL. And you also see that Japan approved the EHang flights and with EHang, basically. So with so many eVTOLs rising, I saw as well UAVs, Ag Eagle rising last night. We are seeing that the market is going into higher, more innovative companies, more potential. And then with these types of margin of safety, actually the upside is greater than the downside. Just makes more sense for your portfolios if it's an awesome 10x portfolio to have these companies. Now, Altimeter, we also like it. We know that by July, it's going to be Grab, and we really love Grab. And so Altimeter growth, it's very good. Look at the warrants. It's just priced at $3, $3.40. You're going to be able to buy $11.50 of EGC, aka Grab, because you've got these warrants. I'd say that this goes straight to $4 or $5 in the next coming weeks. So it's a great opportunity to load up. Even fintech acquisition warrants. This is eToro at $3 and $2.50. Load your ship up. If your portfolio still has cash, these are the companies that we believe is going to give you that awesome 10x move. FTCV has announced an acquisition with eToro, a brokerage firm with more than 20 million investors all over the world. We do believe that eToro is making a lot of money through commissions, through margins from investors who want an action in the global markets without having to go open. The thing about that separates eToro with other brokerage firms is, of course, they have this copy trade system where you can just copy people who love the game, and then you can just copy somebody like me, copy Nikki Yu. You can see my portfolio, it's public. You can actually do the same. I mean, let me show you what eToro does. Here in eToro.com, you can see that I clearly showed you my portfolio, so you can actually just follow. Last night was also actually meme stocks. We are happy. We've got Bed Bath & Beyond going up. So you could see that you can just quickly copy my trades without really paying me. I mean, this is public, so I just really share it out loud. Yeah, so I've got some NVIDIA continuing to hold it. Bed Bath & Beyond as part of the meme stocks. Shake Shack as part of my reopening. Tilray as also part of the meme stocks. And of course, the cannabis play. Bed Bath & Beyond is both a reopening on the retail. I like how the sales have been doing well, very much. People love their candles, scents, and, all of those stuff like lotion, and people that love themselves love Bed Bath & Beyond. So it's a small luxury to pay for. It's not really luxurious, but you've got like great fragrance and stuff. So Disney, of course, a reopening play. QuantumScape, we were saying that QuantumScape 28, 27, 29 was going to go up. Last night it moved to $30. Sure as hell. Last night was just a great day. You've seen actually Biogen triggering a strong move on a lot of biotech names. Let me show to you the movement on biotech names. But by the way, since eToro is a copy trade system, there's these portfolios that you can just copy, like slow and steady, la la la. So you can just copy people. I tried to apply myself to the eToro Popular Investors Program, but seeing that I'm still a risk 8, I need to go below risk 6. So that's why it's hard to copy me automatically. You have to copy me right now through manual. Although there were people who were able to copy me. So these 50 copiers were able to copy me automatically because they were my first copiers. It's just that after I reach a limit, you cannot copy me anymore until my risk goes down to 6. So yun. Either way, yes. If you've been copying me, I think you're up about 40% so far year to date. Okay, let's take a look on what else. Okay, let's go to our ideas. All right. Fintech acquisition. So this is eToro. In case you don't want to buy the warrants, you can also buy the company, which is FTCV. That's eToro for you. All SPACs start at $10. The fact that this is trading at $11.50 tells you that automatically the FTCV warrants are in the money. ACIC warrants, this is a part of the EV going up. You're seeing that strength from about 110 to 165, 50% up already from the lows. This like it's going to go all the way to about $2 and $3 in the next coming weeks. XPeng has done a V shape. We've got some of our ideas actually already yielding 50, 60% moves. For these stocks, I told most people, especially the Awesome 10X Inner Circle member community, that since we like XPeng long term, any dips of XPeng, in my view, would be limited already to the $32 era. So let's say 39 does pull back 20%. I'd say that there are more people who'd buy on the dips rather than sell on any resistance. Although some people might sell on these resistances, as 39 areas used to be the resistance, that could be just a small trim, and then eventually it does go down, go as high as 48. So these are still recoveries, V-shape, gonna make perhaps a small cup and handle here or a small shallow retracement, and then eventually go up. Ouster, very strong. You'll notice that these are 50% gains for many clients. We like Ouster since $8. It's now trading at $13.50, holding on to winners because winners win. POAI tells you that this is also a 50-70% move from about 80 cents all the way to 160 or nearing 100%. The fact that these names are rising V-shape tells us that the market is very much on a recovery. And not just that, a lot of healthcare and oncology names, cancer play names are also getting some love. And so in terms of healthcare, is genomic sequencing already a buy? The answer is yes. Take a look at Invitae Corporation from $64 all the way to $25. We are seeing that this May area, $25 to $30, is an accumulation zone. May, June, July, expect people accumulating Invitae. Strong surge here. Why did Invitae went up from 16 all the way to 25? Let me remind you that there was news that time that Invitae actually acquired a cancer-related company and they're working on using genomic sequencing to address cancer. So I can actually read that exact news for you. Invitae. Let's go to the finviz.com and read the news for you during that year. NVTA. So that news was as early as, what was then? July news. Okay, so I'm going to have to backtrack July 2020 news to read it for you. All right, July 2020 Invitae spike. Share spikes. Okay, there was the revenue driven by, I'm going to read that for you, and then news and events. So this one, Invitae opens early access to liquid biopsy-based personalized cancer, hits a bullseye with a blockbuster 1.4 billion Archer DX buy. Let's read up on Invitae for those who aren't aware of genomic sequencing. Indeed, these are the most cutting-edge technologies that are here already available. So in August 2020, congruent to that spike up in the stock price from $16 to $25, Invitae reported revenues about $46 million, driven by more than 120,000 samples accessed in the second quarter of 2020. They introduced expanded services supporting for transition to telehealth across customer types. They added 60 new biopharma partnerships, bringing the total number of partnership programs to more than 105. Invitae is a leading medical genetics company. And while we experienced significant disruptions in the healthcare system due to the pandemic, we established a solid recovery. Results highlight the strength of our operations, investments in telehealth, our diversified menu, long-standing customer relationships. We exited the quarter with a very strong footing and increasing momentum. We acquired more than 120,000 samples in the second quarter of 2020 compared to 111,000 samples in just the other quarter, generated revenues, and we're still at a loss of about $166 million. However, That's part of most R&D, by the way, for all genomic sequencing stocks. Cash burn, including various acquisition-related expenses, was $90 million for the quarter and $63.8 million when excluding the $25 million cash paid to acquire UScript and Genelex. So you're seeing that this company is using all their cash to acquire significant companies for themselves. Let's read more on their presentation, bringing genetic information into mainstream medical practice. Now, if you think about their cash position, they've got cash of about $428 million, and their cash was even increasing to $78 million, including the cash burn of 89. So this tells you that this company is very much able to do all of the things that they want to handle with genetics and cancer research for the next foreseeable 4 to 5 years. There's no problem in their cash balance sheet. They also added non-invasive prenatal screening based on whole genomic sequencing, or NIPS based on WGS, so the Invitae platform, partnered with a major health system to integrate clinical decisions. Okay, so these were their results. This was during May. Consistent execution as we scale. Revenues have been growing. Volume has been growing. Financials were doing well. This is as of their first quarter 2021. Their most recent numbers, that was 2020. I'm reading your 2021. As of 2021, they already generated a 60% increase of sales from $60 million to as much as $104 million. Their total billable volume also increased from about 151,000 to 259,000. The volume has been just growing 72%. And this was their COVID-19 high. They're even growing higher. Reported average cost per unit was slowing and lowering. Take a look. They're going to be very profitable over the long term. Their COGS, or cost of goods sold, went from $1,000 in 2015 to as low as nearing $300 or less than $300, or a 70% reduction in the last 6 years. So very strong. That's why their gross profits have been growing. They're now profitable to about $28 million in first quarter 2021. That is their non-GAAP gross profit. And they want to target a 50% gross margin in the long term. Continuing their investments to fuel their businesses, their cash pile now is so strong at about $700 million as of the first quarter 2021. And their cash burn was, excluding the acquisition-related spend to acquire one codex, they just spent, actually, their cash burn is $112 million for the quarter. But if you exclude the cash burn from acquisitions, about $95 million, tells you that this company is very well run. Take note that the companies that they're investing upon, they're investing in a world-class platform, Genosity, One Codex, and they've got a development agreement with PacBio. What a great company as well in the genomic sequencing space. So platform and new customer experience are on the way for global expansion to support their rapid growth. And let's read further. These are actual people. These dads brought their daughter's rare disease, and now they're fighting for genetic testing for more Washington state children. Behind the seizure, a platform designed to drive outcomes throughout life. When you're birth to 17 years, genetics allows what? Personalized health monitoring, data identifying your biomarkers to understand your risk. And because they can understand and diagnose, the early intervention can prevent your fatality later on. Genetic information provides access for patients, enabling better trial design, therapeutic development for research, improved trials, enables faster connection from patient to therapy, and the patient outcomes means that they can treat patients with optimal therapy. So the platform addresses huge markets. Invitae can said that for the age 0 to 17 is about a $26 billion total opportunity for just the genetic testing. Another $5 billion for 18 to 40. This is for people to understand pregnancy, perinatal, conception-assisted, repro, IVF. And then $60 billion opportunity for those who are trying to screen the risk of cancer, familiar risk, diagnostics. And another $63 billion for those age 65 and up to streamline oncology therapy selection and to monitor whether their cancer will recur. So scaling for transformation, there's so much upside in Invitae. It makes sense for your portfolio to have them. Right time, right plan, right team. Yup. So actually, there's more. Let's read this. Invitae is opening early access to liquid biopsy-based personalized cancer monitoring as a central laboratory service. So the more you read, the more you know, guys. Germline genetic testing can benefit all cancer patients as a routine practice in cancer care. So let's read this talk. Invitae is providing monitoring, leading medical genetics company. They're now offering early access to their PCM. This is a personalized cancer monitoring platform as a lab-developed test performed at an Invitae central laboratory. The service employs a novel combination of a tumor profile, blood test, personalized assays based on a patient's tumor with the goal of detecting circulating tumor, also known as ctDNA, before it is detectable by imaging or other conventional methods to offer early detection of cancer recurrence. Far too many patients who undergo treatment for cancer will still relapse, and it causes often the development of new cancer cell population. One promising strategy to identify recurrence early is to detect these cancer cells persisting in a patient after a treatment known as minimal residual disease, or MRD, that cannot be detected with standard monitoring such as imaging. So PCM has the potential to determine a therapy's effectiveness much sooner than current monitoring methods, allowing clinicians to identify more efficiently, refine, optimize their treatment plans. In addition, patients who have cancer has been cured by tumor resection, they may be spared from unnecessary and potentially harmful adjuvant therapy, while those at risk of a relapse can be diagnosed earlier and treated with necessary therapies. In conjunction with all of these liquid biopsy, I want to actually remember for you another stock that we do like, also known as IOVA. IOVA right now actually surged last night from about $18 to as high as $20. We do think this is going to go back to 28 or even 36. The upside is larger. Take note that this fell 70% downside. Why did IOVA fall? There was a news last month ago about IOVA. Actually, it wasn't their fault. The fault was because the FDA, there was just a potential delay for their biopsy. Let me read the news on IOVA to tell you why we will buy this $20 dip on IOVA. IOVA is a company that has to do with biotech, liquid biopsy, or cancers as well. It's a $3 billion company. Let's understand why this fell in the first place, and let's read these reasons why it went up as well. So they're announcing a 33-month follow-up data for their lifileucel in advanced melanoma at ASCO 2021 meeting. And it's actually showing to you that it's actually rising. Let's read. So lifileucel shows a meaningful increase in response time with the primary anti-PD-1 resistance in melanoma trial. They're announcing the updated clinical data with advanced melanoma, and all patients in cohort 2 had a high baseline disease burden, heavily pre-treated. So basically what you're seeing here is that their therapies are now treating people with melanoma, and with a combination and an overall response rate of 86% who are naive to anti-PD-1 therapy with Merck. This means that they have a successful trial and they can have a successful treatment with Merck. So they're working with Merck pembrolizumab to demonstrate this great drug, basically. For your understanding, this lifileucel is used in skin cancer treatment. Around last month, US FDA, the reason why it crashed last month from about $30 was as low as about $16, $15 was because people thought that there will be a delayed FDA approval filing. Now, because of this successful treatment, it's possible that this delay will now be pushed earlier. People thought it's going to be pushed back to about 2022 next year. It's possibly that it's not going to be pushed back next year, but also going to happen this year. So the fact that it's not going to be delayed tells you that this $15, $18 is the support. We will see this back to about $25 or $30 in the next coming months. So you want to actually check out an IOVA as well. So actually last night, there was this successful drug, which was Biogen, and it actually triggered all the movements. Biogen had an Alzheimer's disease. Let me read to you the exact news for that. Biogen big boost on Alzheimer news. So there's a drug 5 hours ago, US approval of Biogen Alzheimer's drug sends the shares of Biogen to the moon. I'm going to read the news. Wait up. So healed as a big day for patients. Why can't I read it? Come on. Okay. This is the first treatment to attack Alzheimer's disease despite controversy on whether the clinical evidence proves that the drug works. Biogen actually rose on this news. And with that, the entire healthcare sector was doing well. Biogen is BIIB. Take note, from $280 to as high as $460 with a great move. This drug manufacturer solving Alzheimer's tells you that the market quickly acknowledged BNGO also solving the eventual genetic diseases that will have diagnostics and research. Bio-nanogenomics is a company pick of Awesome 10X as well as ASXC. These names have been rallying. Take note, this went from about $1.70 to $3.50 or 100% move already since last month. And BNGO already rising as well, nearing 100% from $5.50 or $5 here to as high as about $8. So seeing this movement in a lot of the biogenomic and genomic stocks tells me that we indeed have a definitive bottom in a lot of genomic sequencing. Take a look at NVTA 25 to 29 is a buy. CRISPR, also a leading genetic editing company, also a buying range here about 119 to 110. You also have Editas Medicine trying to cure the blind with genomic sequencing and genetic editing at $35 to $29, also a buying opportunity. So far, as I said, ASXC, which is doing Senhan systems, already rose 100%, could go to about $4, but looks like there's a trim area here. Some of us already trimmed, but I think that any dips back to about 250 will be considered a buy on ASXC. Iova, a buying opportunity. And we were saying that, of course, sports was doing well. Happy to say that after a long consolidation, Penn National Gaming finally breaking out of 80, doing that $84. Looks like this can continue to go further at 95 or $100. Alpine 4, we've been buying at 330, 350 below last night. What a big job on this drone company. Alpine 4 now hitting 365. I'm looking at more biotech charts. DermTech, this is a solution to skin cancer, early detection as well, 37 to 53. With all of these companies hitting on cancer-related names, take note that Arya Sciences, this is going to change to Nautilus Biotech. This is a very good risk reward here, about $10.50. Looks like it can go to $15, $16. If not this month, then next month. So the risk is small. The upside is huge. It makes sense to buy. I've been also looking at the market's risk on, taking a look at all the warrants as well of SPACs. Seeing actually general consolidation and really bounces and a lot of people getting into these names. So with that, let me read any questions and let's take a look at your questions. Solo, UAMY or AQMS? Actually, I'm not aware of UAMY. I know about aqua metals. I like aqua metals for the recycling. Solo is gonna have a lot of competition with FUV. So I prefer FUV, but if you have Solo, I think it's also gonna go up. So Electromechanica is the scooters of Canada, should be also doing well, can go as high as $5 or $6. You can still hold on to your Solo if you're holding that. AQMS, $3 is a strong support. Any dips is gonna be bought. Thoughts in ARCX, that would be space, right? Okay, so in general, I think that the space stocks will go up, but instead of buying ARCX or ARCG, this is for the lazy ones who are not doing their due diligence. Of course, that is an ETF. This is ARC Genomics. Yes, we like genomic plays. Some people would not buy the stock. They'll buy the ETF. You're seeing that this ARCG has rallied from 74 to 84. If you're a little bit lazy, yes, you can buy ARCX and ARCG. I have no problems with that. Hi, Nikki. Do you think it's okay to do ×5 leverage? No, I don't think it's wrong. To be fair, let me show you that I'm actually 5x leverage in most of my picks. NVIDIA, this is a 5x leverage. Bed Bath & Beyond is a 5x leverage. Shake Shack is a 5x long leverage. Tilray is, there's no 5x, but if I could do 5x, I would have done 5x. Disney, this is a 5x long leverage. QuantumScape, there's no available 5x. That's why the only thing is I can't. Some of the reasons why I don't have DraftKings is because I cannot do a 5x leverage long in my eToro. But definitely, I think no problem with a 5x lever. I've been doing 5x long since May. I do believe that May was the bottom. June is just me adding more stocks. Actually, sometimes on a 5x long, I'll take some profits and then I'll use some of those profits to keep on deploying. So I don't see a problem with that. Actually, tonight I'm loading up on a lot of genomic stocks. Space stocks are not available in eToro as far as I'm concerned. I don't see Holy City there. I don't see VACQ. I don't see ASTCS. I couldn't buy them there. Hi, Nikki. What are your thoughts on Ocado, please? Ocado, that's an e-commerce company with a lawsuit. Haven't been looking at the chart recently. Okay, so I'm still down 30-40% from its peak, no? I would have bought somewhere at 2.2. It's now trading at 1.9. So that means that the support got broken. It's now resistance at 2.2. It's not the best chart, if I'm going to be fair. I don't think that the market is so interested nowadays. I haven't been reading up on Ocado. In terms of e-commerce, most of them are just in a lull. I'm not saying that it's a bad company. I do think that Ocado is good, but I think the reason why it dropped was because of the lawsuit about the warehouse automation technology that they have been supposedly not their own, but from another person that they have to pay a patent for. We'll see how the legal lawsuit is going on, but that's not the. I don't think that is. It's not a priority, if I'm gonna be honest. If we trim some XPeng, Ouster, Bingo, is it still wise to load up, or do I just hold all my remaining long positions we have on strong V-shaped names? Is it safe to say that the choppy face of the market is done? Unless you forgot to watch our class, we made the free Friday class. Has the growth stocks bottom? Is the market rally sustainable? Go to the Awesome 10X YouTube channel. I answered that question already. I said that we are in a V-shaped recovery mode. Any dips are going to be BTFD, meaning XPeng, Ouster, BNGO. XPeng could go 48. Ouster can go 16. BNGO can go 10. The risk for it to have a correction, it's going to be mild. Why? Because we do believe that there is still extreme fear from people and they're not actually actively buying. And so the choppy phase is over. Although XPeng at 39 can get some selling, it's right to trim. Maybe the resistance could be a resistance, but where would that money go? You have to put it where? In space stocks, like $10.50 Holy City. At 39, you don't want to sell all, however, because it can go as high as $50. The chance to actually go up is higher rather than lower. If you look at the entire broad market, I'm seeing that the more crypto stocks fall, which has been happening, the more resurgence of these growth stocks in the US. We have been seeing a huge movement away from crypto into SPACs, into memes, into warrants. And I'd say that, guys, when you saw the genomic names a while ago, and you saw how the sports names last night went up, you've seen how Luck Group went up like 17% up. The answer is hold your winners, do not sell. This V-shape can go all the way, even as high as about 100% to 200% from the lows without a significant correction. I don't think you'll get BNGO below $6. Of course, at 8, it can go to 7, but take a look what happened last night. RC Moto from 13 went to 11 and then proceeded back to 14 and 13. This could go as high as 14 and even as high as $20. You have to just hold on. Look at that chart. It's just continually going up with more volume. This could be a strong V-shaped recovery all the way to about $20. You are wrong to sell. Basically, guys, if you have a winner, just hold. Use any dips for this month to just buy more. And actually, I have a lot of ideas anyway. If you missed the V-shaped rally, here are more ideas. And every day, like today, I've been showing you some excellent RRRs. The risk is perhaps 1, the reward is as high as 10. When you see that, that's just all a buy and hold. Thoughts on Neo, also V-shaped recovery. I think that Neo might have some selling pressure at 45, but this is not going to be a sell. I mean, at 45, some people will trim just like XPeng, but after that is broken all the way to 56. If you don't want to sell, it's also okay. Because if you've bought at about $34, why do you not want to sell? Because this is really a long-term trajectory all the way to $70, $80. The upside for EVs is all the way up. So if you're a long-term investor, do not sell. In fact, most of the Awesome 10X clients are expected not to sell and just to buy and make money while sleeping. Happy to share our Awesome 10X clients all making all-time highs and actually making a lot of good moves. These are just Awesome 10X testimonials. You can just read it straight from @FaceTrader, my Twitter account. So definitely just a shout out to people. If this is your first time, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and do watch all of our classes. These are gonna make you a lot of money if you execute it while we say it. So that's it. Thank you very much, guys, and just keep on winning. Just hold your winners because winners, the best way to compound is hold your winners. That's it. Bye bye.